Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
New on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. And yeah, we are celebrating our 50th, our golden anniversary of just doing the rock and roll right here in Seattle. And how would you like to celebrate with us? Well, we have got a lot of gear that you can proudly wear, man. And this is some of the best merch we've ever done. And we're covering all sorts of bases. If you want to put that gold, and again, it's our golden anniversary, so we've got that gold rock logo on beanies and on trucker caps, short sleeve tees, light zip hoodies, baseball shirts. I mean, oh, it's looking good. Looking real good. Yeah, so you can celebrate with us. Get one today. Get something for your friend or the loved one. Just go to KISW.com.
Let's play B-Migs.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. B-Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa. B-Migs, you're a loser.
It is time to be Migs, and it's Thursday, so let's get cracking.
Release the Kraken.
And it's a very special Thursday. I would like to give a very, very happy birthday to a very special someone in my life. Happy birthday, damn it, Carl, get in the house. Carl is 5 years old today.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, it's my cat.
Okay, well,
It's my cat's birthday today.
All right.
Happy birthday.
Oh, my parents.
Really?
Wow.
Happy birthday
So nice.
to you. Happy birthday, dear.
Damn it, Carl, get in the house.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Carl.
My mom's a dog person, so she doesn't really love your cat.
Aww.
But they were nice enough to call and wish her a happy birthday.
They were very much.
There are just some moments, though, that I think you should share at your house and not on.
Oh, I'll be sharing that too. He's got a whole birthday weekend planned.
What do you got planned for him?
We might watch his favorite movie, which is The Lion King.
Okay.
He was absolutely enraptured when he watched it the last time. Okay. So we'll probably do that. For his second birthday, we got him sashimi. So maybe we'll do something along those lines with that.
Sashimi?
Yeah.
Raw fish?
Yeah. Well, cats love that.
Asking questions, Steve.
Maybe a little cat
please.
wine.
Any dessert?
Kenny's asking questions.
Yeah, maybe. We'll have to figure something out with that. Yeah, maybe some sort of cat treats.
Yeah, nobody cares, Rev. Steve's not asking because he cares. He's asking because he's trolling me.
No, he sounds like
nobody cares.
I care about that, though.
I'm looking at Vicky's face right now. She doesn't care. Nobody cares about your cat wine or your cat cake or your goddamn Lion King.
I'm posting a picture of Carl on BJ's Instagram right now.
She cares.
Nice. Do not take over my Instagram with that.
Well, happy birthday, Carl, and this this already made my day. Let's get to our contestant today. We've got Chris and Roy. Chris, are you there?
I am here.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here.
Chris, would you like to wish Damn It Carl get in the house a happy birthday?
Happy birthday, kitty kitty.
Yeah, there he goes. Happy birthday, kitty kitty.
Kitty, kitty.
Yeah, Chris, you lose, Chris. I don't care what you do, you lose.
For those playing at home, Chris will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Chris, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yeah, but you stop laughing right now.
Dang it.
That was good.
Theodore Roosevelt was the first president to get full-time protection from what group?
Secret Service?
Yes. Where does SpongeBob SquarePants work?
The Krusty Krab.
Yes. What year of the early 2010s did the movie The Social Network come out?
2011.
No.
2012.
No.
2014.
No. What company makes the Xbox series of consoles?
Microsoft.
Yes. What pop star had the 2010 hit album titled Teenage Dream?
Oh, my God. Britney Spears.
No.
Miley Cyrus.
No.
Justin Bieber.
No. What 2004 film spawned the line of popular T-shirts reading "Vote for Pedro"?
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes. What is the official state fruit of New York?
Apple.
Yes. In the 2002 movie Spider-Man, what was Peter Parker's profession?
Photographer.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 correct.
All right, not too shabby, not too bad at all.
No, not too bad there. I don't know if this is going to give Steve his first loss of March, but
I doubt it.
yeah, even Chris isn't too sure.
Doesn't have confidence in himself.
Well, we'll have to see what happens here. Let's see if Steve can get a birthday win for Damn It Carl.
Okay, don't. No.
I'm going to do it for Carl.
Nice.
No, you're not. Don't
And
do it.
Frank. I don't want him to feel left alone.
Oh,
Well, it's
that's
not
so
Frank's
adorable.
birthday. Frank's got his own birthday.
He does. Thanks for bringing that up, BJ.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Steve, are you ready?
Release the Kraken.
Theodore Roosevelt was the first president to get full-time protection from what group?
I'm going to go with the astronauts.
No.
Yeah, but
Mariners.
No.
Oh,
The Hells Angels.
No. Where does SpongeBob SquarePants work?
Foxes.
No.
Oh,
Jeez.
The Krusty Krab.
Yes.
Which would not be a good name for a gentleman's club.
What year of the early 2010s did the movie The Social Network come out?
2010.
Yes. What company makes the Xbox series of consoles?
Microsoft.
Yes. What pop star had the 2010 hit album titled Teenage Dream?
Well, I hope it's not R. Kelly.
No.
Okay. Is that Katy Perry?
Yes.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
What 2004 movie spawned the line of popular T-shirts reading "Vote for Pedro"?
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes.
Yes.
What is the official state fruit of New York?
Apple.
Yes. In the 2002 movie Spider-Man, what was Peter Parker's profession?
Photographer.
Yes. What is the capital of Rhode Island?
Maine.
No.
Rhode Island City.
No.
Take me down to Rhode Island.
1, 2,
Wow.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You win 7-6.
Oh,
Wow.
Just got by. Sorry about that, Chris, but you were closer than you thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, well, he's impressed. He's impressed with himself. He just, you know what? He did not think he was going to win. He was not happy with his own performance.
Well, he did miss Katy Perry there.
Yeah.
That was his downfall.
Well, you know, and he didn't seem like he was completely up to date on what's going on in the world of pop.
No, not at all. He did get the group that did give the full-time protection for the first president, being Theodore Roosevelt.
He's going to kick himself on this one.
Yeah, the Secret Service.
All right.
Oh, right.
Sometimes it's the easiest things.
Not the Hells Angels.
Not the Hells Angels.
I
That's
feel
fair.
like the Hells Angels, though, at the time, I mean, probably could have done a good job.
Well, they probably would have been very effective.
Yes.
BJ, what's the capital of Rhode Island?
That would be Providence, sir.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Steve will never remember that one.
Well, he's not a New Englander. I mean, if it was Connecticut, now do you know the capital of Connecticut? Because, I mean, New Yorkers know Connecticut a little bit.
Hartford?
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Good job.
Nice.
You're
I
saying,
should have said
you know,
Providence. That's the only place I could think of in Rhode Island. I should have just said that.
Not Rhode Island City.
Yeah.
I don't know why you didn't say that. Rhode Island City, though, is a very popular destination to nobody.
I'll tell you why, because I'm a failure, BJ. That's why I didn't
All
say
right,
it.
well, there we go.
But
I
you
mean,
still
know,
win, so congratulations.
I like it when a guy wins a contest and still feels bad about himself.
Yes.
That tells you right there, life is good. Oh, good job, Steve.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you are. You know what? You're a winner in my book.
Aw.
Yeah. All right, it is time for Listeners on the Loose. This is your opportunity, man. You can guide the show. You can pick the topic. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We got your calls. We got your texts at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. This is where you get to pick the topic. You get to guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. And it's simple, man. You get to be on this fine program, but you do have to follow Steve's rules.
It's a simple rule, BJ. That's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Someone just asked, hey, what are you guys' thoughts on the new Coming to America movie?
A lot of people are very excited about it. You ready for this?
Yes.
Never saw the first one.
Wow.
Whoa. Yeah.
That's I just saw a trailer for the new one, and I mentioned it to my wife. She's like, I don't even know what this is. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, it's over 30 years old, the original. And I'm a little afraid to try and watch it with her because I don't know if it's going to stand the test of time.
Yeah, and if I saw it, I don't remember it very well. So that's why I don't think I ever saw it, because it's well heralded and had a great cast.
And it was Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall.
Yeah.
Like 20 characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't McDonald's, it was MacDonald's.
Yeah,
right?
and that was the whole thing. The fact that like McDonald's wanted to sue the guy, but he's like, well, we have a different name, so they can't.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if you would be a fan of it now. I don't know.
Well, if it gets good reviews, then I'm always about going back and watching the first one, just because I like watching old stuff anyway, like, just to see for a history lesson. But if the second one is really good and people are loving it, then I'll do a doubleheader.
And I think it's going to be on Amazon Prime, if I remember correctly.
Yes,
I think that's what the trailer said. Dude, to be honest, though, I watched the trailer and I was like, I don't know if this is going to be good. I hope it's a situation where the trailer is setting the bar low and it actually exceeds it, because I didn't think the trailer was very good.
Yeah, sometimes, though we were very pleasantly surprised, at least the ones who saw Bill and Ted's third movie, they thought it was good.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh, I loved it. It was perfect.
It's funny, Steve, and you were a fan of the first couple, and again, it was like I was okay with Bill and Ted. It was like I didn't love it, I didn't hate it, but I wasn't motivated to watch the third one, even though Rev said good things about it.
Rev said it's perfect. You can't get much better than that.
No, you really can't.
Well, okay,
perfect in context.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, we ended up watching. We did a movie marathon. We watched the first one, the second, and then the third, and they all just flow really well. And it really takes nods to the first two, and just makes it better.
See, I want to watch the third one, but my wife hasn't seen the first or second, so it's like one of those things where I'm like, well, I don't have much time outside of to watch just movies on my own. So it's like,
because of all the wrestling.
Well, yeah,
all the wrestling shows.
And the damn child, cutting into my wrestling time now. You guys want to talk about Masha and the Bear and Mighty Mike? I'm all about it. Trolls.
Yeah.
Oh no, forget it. And there's another one, Remy and Boo or something.
Okay, that's you're living the dream right
Remy
there, buddy.
And Boo, that sounds fun.
I don't know what the name of it. It's not Remy and something. It's all anything that's on Universal Kids.
This is the problem.
Yeah.
You have no more TV time for Steve, except maybe an hour a week.
So it's like the idea of trying to I don't think we just jump right into Bill and Ted 3 without watching 1 and 2.
No. And does it hold up? Do the first couple hold up? That's a tough one, especially
Brad would
if
know
you've
better
never
than
seen
anyone
them.
if he just watched it.
Yeah, I felt that they held up. I like Keanu Reeves a lot. Mm-hmm. And they were, like I said, they were super fun. And going into the third one, I really feel you need to watch the first two.
Oh, that's a tough one, because to get a younger person who didn't grow up with it, Steve, I don't know.
Oh, and a lot of people are texting and saying Coming to America is still funny. It's dated because it's from the 80s, but it still holds up well and it's still funny. Looking forward to the new one. And also Bill and Ted was great as well.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm waiting for one of you to watch. Is anybody going to watch Coming to America 2?
Oh, I'm going to try and watch it for sure.
Same, because I was funny enough, there's a lot of 80s movies I still haven't seen to this day, but there's a lot that I watched as a child that I probably shouldn't have, like Coming to America or Trading Places. But I'm very excited to see if it still holds up, if they do a good job with it.
There you go. All right. So Steve, Vicky, let me know. I probably won't watch it anyway, but at least I'll pretend to watch it, if you kind of like it. But I hope it holds up for you guys. That's always a tough one when you have something so long, done so long ago, and then they try to, bring it back, and it kind of like, they're bringing back Frasier, the TV show, and I love that show, but I don't know how I feel about that because Murphy Brown was a failure to me, and I loved that show back then, and I don't know about some of these reboots, man, where they try to bring it back with the original cast. It's really, I don't know.
Oh, I got to text someone want some advice. Wonder if you guys can give my brother-in-law some advice. He's a Marine stationed over in Okinawa, and he just found out that his girlfriend is pregnant. He's 20, she's 26, and apparently the pull-out method did not work. Any advice for the new father?
Okay, that was going to be my first question because being deployed, it's like, whose kid is it? I mean, seriously. You hate to say that.
Dude, as I was reading the text originally, I was like, oh boy. And I was very happy to hear that that's not the case. It's just fatherly advice.
Yes, yeah.
Stay in Okinawa, never come back. I'm kidding.
Steve, you're the most recent father, and Vicky, you're pretty much like the most recent mother. What do you got for him?
Steve?
Actually, Thrill gave me the best advice. A lot of people gave me
Thrill?
Yeah. So everybody and their brother was giving me unsolicited advice. And I get it. Now being a dad, and I find out one of my friends has a kid, it takes everything in your power not to just want to just vomit advice all over them because you're just so excited to share your adventures. But Thrill, I will always go back to, had the best advice. He just said, you will not know what the F you're doing, but you'll figure it out along the way, so stop stressing. And I was just like, all right. And then looking back on it, he's absolutely right. Before the kid popped out, I was like, I don't know. I'm freaking out. This is crazy. And now I always think back to that. It's like, you just kind of do it. It's just something happens. Like you instinctually figure it out. So that's not probably like the greatest profound advice, but to me, that was super powerful for me. And I will always think of that. It's like, just figure it out as you go along. There's really no set book on how to be a dad. I know some people gave me books and said, read this or do that. I'm like, do you know who I am? I'm not reading anything. I'm going to talk to Thrill.
Yeah. That's really what Steve's going to do. It's going to be a very short conversation. That's how Steve likes it. And Thrill knows how to keep it short and sweet. And that was good advice, Steve. Thrill's absolutely right. At the end of the day, that's exactly my experience being a father.
Right. All of us didn't know what the hell we were doing. And you just kind of figure it out as you go along.
And I think for me, the biggest thing I've learned recently, because he is now almost 2.5 years old, is that tantrums aren't just them whining or complaining. There's something behind it, even if they can't express it. So my favorite thing to do when he is having a tantrum, he's melting down, hey, hug, and he'll stop what he's doing and he'll give me a hug, and just the sigh of relief, and just something as treating him as like a little person. Like, okay, there's other motives behind it. It's not just screaming and yelling for the sake of screaming and yelling. They're a little human.
So that's why you did that to Joe earlier when he messed up.
I'm like, Joe, hug.
It's weird, man.
Yeah,
I did feel a lot better.
That's good.
I don't know if I like hug. That just sounds weird to me.
Hug.
It was from Todd. It was a little koala.
Hey, hug.
Yeah, no, Steve. I don't like the way Steve says it.
Come on, hug, BJ.
I want to go talk to somebody right now. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show.
Oh, someone does. OMG, so tired about hearing about your kid. Who cares?
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Steve. I really meant to just text that to Sarah. Sorry about that.
Well, clearly you don't care, texter.
It is interesting, because it is funny. It's funny about how when people talk a lot about something, and I think we talk a lot about everything on this show, but if it's something you don't dig, it seems like that's all we talk about. I mean, I think that's just basic human nature. I bet that texter's just not a fan of kids because
doesn't have a kid who doesn't care about kids.
Could be getting pressured. That's another thing that I think a lot of dudes don't realize is that don't talk about this subject because right now that's all I'm hearing at home. Especially look, people get pressured into marriage. People get pressured into having kids. And that question comes up a lot. And so you might be triggering something, Steve, talking about your kid all the time.
I wasn't even talking about my kid. I was answering a text and you guys asked me.
Hey,
damned if I do it, damned if I don't.
Right?
Truth. Yeah.
Then if I talk about wrestling, someone doesn't want to hear about that.
Yeah,
then you talk about baseball, someone doesn't want to hear about that. What the hell are we supposed to talk about?
I really hate everything you talk about, Steve. I was wishing maybe you just wouldn't talk.
All right, let's talk about you.
Oh, what, the texter or me?
No, the texter, yes. Can you please text us? Text us everything that you're into, and we
Tell
will
us
do
what
that.
you're into.
Yes.
Seriously, I would love to put that kind of a person on and go, okay, what should we talk about? And then find out that nobody gives a crap about what they're saying either because they're the most boring human being on the planet. The critics are always funny, and then you put them on the spot. I don't know, you're the ones who get paid.
I give them credit because sometimes my biggest thing when someone doesn't want to hear about something, they try and say everybody don't hear about it. Like, so if you don't like it, you don't like it. Whatever, I don't care. But I always love when someone's like, "Don't talk about that. Nobody cares about that." But we're like for instance, we're talking about if we're talking about Star Trek, and so it's like nobody cares about Star Trek. I'm like, well. Actually, a lot of people care about Star Trek. You don't care about Star Trek. So don't try and think that you speak for the majority of people out there. Yeah. That's always a funny way of people phrasing something, I think.
I agree with you 100%. I've always been upset by that. Yeah, nobody likes that, or that's crap. And it's like, you don't like it, that's fine. But, come on, it's not crap just because you don't like something, and then there are things that are crap. But I mean, like you said, everybody thinks it's horrible. No, they don't. Otherwise, we wouldn't even be talking about it because it wouldn't even be in anybody's brain mind.
So you said we should talk about money.
Money? Oh, well, we did that yesterday, and every time we bring Todd Peach in, people go, stop talking about money.
We're screwed. We're just screwed. We
really can't do it.
We should just be quiet for the entire show.
I think all people want to do is talk about Vicky's OnlyFans page. That's about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everybody agrees on that.
I mean, if you want to talk about that, you can send me a message on OnlyFans. Follow me. There you go. Talk to me there.
Yeah, but you got to pay for that. I'll talk about my kid for free.
Yeah. You know what, Steve? I think people rather would pay. And I'm proud of you, Vicky. We trained you well. You got that plug in there. That's important. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It is Listeners on the Loose. This is where you pick the topic. And you need to pick the topic because when we pick the topic, nobody likes it. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What do you want to talk about? We got your calls and texts at 9:33 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, Listeners on the Loose, 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. JR and Puyallup, you are on The Rock.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, JR. What you got for us, brother?
All right, I'm calling for some advice from Steve. Not parenting advice.
Okay, good, because nobody cares about that.
Yeah. So I live in Southfield as well, and we just recently got a brand new Jackson's on 160th and Meridian. I pass it every morning now, so now it's my gas station. So I was kind of curious if Steve's maybe top 5, something I should pick up. I got the rewards card, so we're going to be going there a lot.
This is okay. Finally, something you're an expert on, Steve. I mean, usually you don't know a lot about, but if anybody's an expert on Jacksons,
I'm all about the Jacksons. Okay,
yes.
For the longest time, I've been pimping out the caramel cookie, but I have to say something has now jumped ahead of that in the cookie world.
Wait! What? This is news.
Yes, now my go-to cookie at Jacksons is the Snickerdoodle. It's amazing.
Oh, Snickerdoodles are good. Are you all right?
I don't know. I know this isn't the proper way to describe something, but it's like it's a juicy cookie. I don't know how else to say it. It's like it's very moist. It's delicious, man.
Wow, juicy cookie. Yeah, don't describe it that way.
Then also you got the chewy caramel cookie. That's really good. You also got the chocolate bars that have the caramel. It's the Jackson's brand chocolate bars with the gooey caramel inside of it. Okay. Phenomenal.
Okay.
Those would be my top 3.
All right.
Yeah, you're overwhelming me. And I don't know if you've been in that Jackson's because it's way nicer than the other one. Man, it's the nicest gas station I've ever been in my life.
Steve, you gotta
I haven't been to that one.
Go to the new Jackson's. It probably smells all fresh and clear. Seriously, dude.
But I like the Jackson's I go to. They always see me and they're like, hey, you getting that cookie again? I'm like, you know it.
Well, that's awesome. Thanks for the call, JR. I appreciate it. Let's go to Justin and Puyallup. Justin, you are on The Rock.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Justin. What you got for us?
So, before I get into this, hey, Steve, talk about your kid all you want, because we got to listen to BJ talk about his.
I like that. By default, it's okay.
Why is this a shot at me? I didn't complain about Steve at all, and yet I get a shot. This ain't right.
It wasn't a shot. It wasn't a shot.
Oh, really?
So,
okay.
No. So, hey, so I got some openings in my art time here, and I was going to work on something. I kicked this idea around with Rev, and so what I need to do is I'm going to draw you guys. This whole morning show is like a movie poster, like a promo movie poster. But what I need to know is what fictitious character do each of you identify with that I'll end up putting on the on it. So, like, for example, BJ, are you really Spock in disguise, and then we'll do you as Spock, or is it
I'll
something
tell you
else?
this.
So what are you guys at?
Even though I love Spock, I think if you're to do it, in every movie poster, there's always that bad guy looming in the background, and and I think if you make me look like either Darth Vader or you want to see my face, so put me in a hood like Palpatine. I think that would, because that tends to be my mood most of the time. It's just like, wipe them out, that kind of a thing. So I would love that, man. Just have me in that black cloak, just with that ominous look on my face. Ooh.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
It wasn't what Justin was thinking, but I mean, that's what I'm feeling.
Well, you were feeling more Spocky for BJ.
Yeah, I thought, with his background, I'm into the nerdy collective stuff, and BJ always tries to do stuff very logical and has a thought process behind it. So, for me, I thought he was...
You're the artist. If you think I should be a better Spock, I'll leave it up to you because it is your creation.
How about we do evil Spock?
Oh, with the Spock with a beard. I remember that. That was a good one. The Mirror Spock.
There you go.
Wait, for real? There was an evil Spock?
Oh, yeah, dude. He was awesome.
Yeah, a little goatee and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and wasn't there a band called Spock's Beard, Rev, or something like that?
Spock's Beard? I don't know, man.
Oh, I think so. It was like it was a pretty hip thing in the world of Star Trek, which I think has always pissed off William Shatner because Spock's character has aged very well. Everybody still loves Spock, but if you think of Kirk, not a lot of people think Kirk has aged well.
Yeah, there was a band, or is a band, Spock's Beard. They're prog rock band from L.A.
Oh yeah, dude.
They like to wear the shirts that BJ wears, the button-down shirts with the flames on them.
Oh, yeah. Love those guys.
Wow. Somebody said that you should draw me as He-Man.
Oh, yes.
Dude, that'd be badass.
I would be okay with that. Or Deadpool, another texter said.
Justin, do you already have an idea in your head about us? Because if you have one about me, well, did you already have ideas for who everybody should be?
I had different ideas and thought processes, but, my idea is going to be off from you guys.
Except my idea. You didn't like my idea. I don't.
No.
I had no idea. Except what for you, BJ? That's going to be my
idea. For the Rev, I was thinking the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So he's got his steampunk, and he's maybe got this steampunk blunderbuss and everything.
I like that.
And then Danny's got this Bart Simpson skater goth kind of going on.
So you actually do have ideas. Steve, I have to say I'm getting very frustrated with Justin. I'll be honest with you.
I like it because I don't really want to. I don't know what I would be like. My first thought was I like hockey. I like getting punched in the face. Not really, but I could be like one of the members of the Hanson brothers from Slapshot. But I'd rather you go with what you think because I think that's more fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of done with Justin.
All right, so what I'm hearing is I'll just do it. And I'll send it up to the studio, and you guys can just be surprised when you get it.
That is a wonderful idea.
And BJ's going to be disappointed.
Oh, I'm already done with Justin. Justin's
because he doesn't want you to be what you want to be.
No,
you want to be dark and evil, and he wants you to be Spocky.
Right?
The whole call started wrong, and I'm sorry. I'm just
He's so kind of cranky about it. Instead of Spock,
I am.
maybe
He took a shot at me and he wouldn't own up to the fact that it was a shot, and then then he's just like, no, I don't want you to be what you want to be. I never should have asked that question. What would you like to be, BJ? Well, I'd like to be this. Well, actually, I thought you should be that. Well, then why you ask me questions?
But why did he take a shot at you? Is it an insult to be Spocky?
No, that wasn't the shot. When he said that, we got to listen to your kids, so we should listen to Steve's. And that was a shot, but he was like, no, it wasn't.
I think he meant to say, just kidding.
Yeah, JK.
That's
JK fixes everything. You know what? They can all go JK themselves.
See, he can't do any wrong because he's the one that drew my grandfather's portrait for my mom for Christmas.
All right, well.
So he does no wrong to me.
And he drew me getting choked out by Hulk Hogan.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
He cannot do any wrong in our eyes.
Yeah, he hasn't drawn a damn thing for me, has he? No, he hasn't.
Well, here he is about to, and now you're just poo-pooing. How about you just,
I'm done with Justin.
Wasn't there a movie about
your friend?
The emojis? Make BJ a poop emoji since you just don't like him so much.
Oh, listen, he might as well.
And it was Patrick Stewart who did the voice.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
It's all coming together.
Yeah, because I'm going to, you know what? If he gives me a copy of that picture, you know where it's going.
In the living room?
Yeah, right? On the
Not
mantle?
the living room.
Ooh, above his bed.
Yeah, that's exactly where it's going. Yeah, Vicky, exactly. Yeah. Lovely. 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. It's listeners on the loose.
Someone said they could draw you as Gary Ridgway.
That would be funny. But you know what? I have no choice in this, Steve. It doesn't matter. Stop making suggestions. Justin's already made his plans.
That was funny. Like, what do you guys want to be? If he's just like, I'd really like to be Palpatine. He's like, I was thinking something else.
I got news for you. I know Justin said good stuff, but he's like my nemesis now. I want nothing to do with him. I want nothing to do with people who just, say things but they mean something else. I'm done with those folks. I'm too old for it, Steve.
Clearly.
Yeah.
How about this one? This guy, a texter, wants to talk about food. I just had Costco rotisserie chicken last night. I housed the whole thing by myself. I'm pretty proud of myself, to be honest.
I miss that because that was always a staple when my wife lived with me was that, she would always go to Costco and she would do that right and put it everywhere. Like that Costco chicken would just be so much a part of our weekly food. Oh, so good.
I would put that up there as one of the foods that the scent or the smell of it, sometimes you smell something and then you eat it and you're like kind of disappointed. I feel like that matches. The taste and the smell are always on point. Because I'll get a rotisserie chicken. It's in my car, and I'm like, it takes everything not to open up that bag and just start picking at it as I'm driving. And then when I finally do eat it, I'm like, oh, this is even better than what I was smelling.
I was about to ask, does anybody else open it immediately and start eating it while driving? Because I may or may not do.
You get your hands all greasy and you're doing the wheel.
I don't care. It's so delicious.
That's what napkins are for.
Exactly. That's what my shirt.
I was going to say your pants.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah. And next thing you know, I don't know how I hit that retaining wall, officer. But the chicken was delicious.
Someone says, BJ, sounds like you need a hug.
Do you want a hug?
I don't need a hug. No, just keep your hugs to yourself.
Hey, somebody agrees with you, BJ. That call was pointless. If the point was to ask what everyone wants to be, and he wasn't going to use those ideas anyway.
Yeah, you know me, Steve. You know how I am. If somebody, doesn't want to admit something, I'm done. I'm like, look, who are you kidding? That wasn't a shot. Oh no, I don't want you to be that. I'm like, you know what? I got no time for you. If you just,
I still don't know why that was a shot. But
he's like, we should listen to your kid's stories because we got to listen to his stories. How is that a positive line?
This is a fun joke.
No, it's not a fun joke.
The whole thing started me reading a text from someone who's sick of hearing me talk about my kid. I could laugh it off. It was not a big deal.
Well, here's the thing.
Fun.
I don't, look, if it was a shot, it was meant to be a joke, but it still was a shot joke. I'm just like, if I take a shot at you, Steve, I'm not going to go, I wasn't really taking a shot at you, Steve. Even if I'm doing it in fun, that's all I'm saying is at least admit that, I took a shot at you for fun. But he was like, no, I wasn't taking a shot at you.
I need a shot for this shot.
Yeah, I know. It did. It definitely triggered me. I was in a good mood till Justin's call.
Thanks a lot, Justin.
Thanks, Justin. Done with you. Done with your paintings and your pictures and all of your little art stuff.
Everything was going so well until you called, man.
It really was, dude. I'm telling you, I popped out. I was like really excited, and then I get the. All right. Anyway, well, I'm sure there are other nice people.
There's a lot of nice people.
I think it started with the texter telling you not to talk. I was just like, you know what? Go listen to something else. I don't need you here.
Well, in fairness, they could just text us your address and we'll send you back the money that you spent on listening to this radio show.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always up for giving a full refund for what they paid for our show.
And are you going to charge them shipping or are you going to let that go too?
$5 shipping and handling fee that they have to give me.
About right. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It's listeners on the loose.
All right, let's talk alcohol. So it said, did you guys hear that Sonic is doing hard seltzer? Yes. And it's based on their slushy flavors. Sign me up.
Oh, so it's going to be hard seltzer slushy, or is it going to be just the hard seltzer itself?
I think it's the flavor of the slushies, but they're not going to be slushy. And then it's in like a hard seltzer can, like those thin cans.
And there's no reason why you probably couldn't throw some of that in a slushy anyway.
Oh, of course.
There's nothing better than hard slushies.
Can I ask a stupid question with these things?
Yes, sir. Here we go.
With the seltzers, the hard seltzers, why are they always in the same kind of cans, it seems? Everyone does like that thin...
skinny ones?
The thin, skinny can. Is that like some kind of like marketing ploy? I know you can put them in the thick can. I mean, I know some of them do go girthy. But for the most part, they're like these thin cans.
Do you think because it's more feminine?
That's what I was thinking.
Well, then why wouldn't you have it be thicker and girthier if that was the case? Isn't that what women want?
It doesn't fit our hands.
What women want was just asked by... I don't even know what to say anymore. I think you should start talking about your kid.
Yeah, probably. not at this very moment, maybe.
Yeah.
Or is it like, hey, it's slimming, so you have a slim can? You know what I mean?
Oh, you mean like I use
psychologically puts you in your head like, oh, this is not as much calories as like a beer or something.
I can see that.
I literally think it's just because of hand size, because women have smaller hands than men on average.
Oh, well, it could be that too.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Don't look at my hands. My hands are freaking catcher's mitts.
You're a freak of nature. You're different.
You got Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, freak of nature and Russell Wilson. But we love you, Vicky.
Yeah, we do.
I feel it. But yeah, I'm reading an article that says another reason why a lot of these types of beverages are used in slim cans is to kind of represent the low-calorie beverage.
Oh, Steve, you called it.
So the whole that vibe that it's slimming.
It's slimmer. I feel slimmer. This is low calorie.
Yeah, I remember that. I think when Coke came out with all those flavors, I think that was also in a taller and slimmer can, too.
Yeah, so it says, it's probably because they're just give off the vibe that it's not fattening.
Right, and it's the same amount of liquid, too.
Huh?
Yeah,
I love it.
Isn't that amazing? Because sometimes I get mad at the packaging of something that looks like it's smaller than it really is, and it's the same size, but somehow the shape has made me think it's not as big. So this way, it actually works for him.
It's an interesting thing, though, like that they thought, okay, well, this is the way that we need to do it, and historically, it shows that they'll sell more cans that way. I wonder.
See that, Steve? That's why, you know what? They're marketing geniuses, and we're not.
So I want to know if we talked about that space trip to the moon. That's where a Japanese billionaire guy is going to take somebody on the moon with them. Have you heard about that?
I have heard about this, and they've been kind of hush-hush about, in fact, like how much it's going to cost and what's going on. But people have said it's about $250 million. And this dude, Yusaku, in Japan, of course, he's a multi-billionaire, so there's probably not much for him at all to be spending $250. There's a flight scheduled for about 2023. And he's looking for 8 random people to join him on this flight into space, or actually to the moon.
Really? Would you do it?
Oh, boy. Gosh, I don't want to be the first one to take a SpaceX flight to the moon. You know what I mean? I want to see how it goes for people, and then maybe I'd go later. You know, I don't want to be the maiden voyage.
And I kind of would rather go with some friends than some stranger. I mean, you're stuck going to another planet with a stranger. What if it's weird?
Well, but then again, you probably, you've hit yeah, you're right. It's going to be weird. It's going to be, because that's a long trip. I don't know how long it takes you. Was it a day, 2 days? How long does it take to get to the moon? I have no idea. But,
you're asking me? I'm not the one that wanted to be drawn up as Spocky.
Well, yeah, that's right. I forgot I'm Spock. If you're interested, you can apply on this guy's website. It's called dearmoon.earth. Do it by the 14th, which is a week from this Sunday. So if you really want to be one of the 8 people that get to fly to the moon, I would like to do it, but not on the maiden voyage. The maiden voyage scares the heck out of me because all I think about is Titanic, and I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, I want to see it happen a few times before I'd even consider it.
All right, we got a big question that needs to be answered. It's pretty simple. What do Ryan Castle and sex shackles have in common? I'm going to tell you at 9:51 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What does Ryan Castle and sex shackles have in common?
Pink and fuzzy.
Yeah. I've seen you. You are pink and you are fuzzy.
I assume we're talking about like pink fuzzy handcuffs or something, right, Vicky? Vicky?
I mean, if you're a noob, sure.
Oh, boy.
Sex shackles. It doesn't sound romantic.
No.
It's not supposed to be romantic. It's supposed to be hardcore.
Okay, then.
All right.
Oh,
I like where this day's going.
One texter says they both leave BJ in a bind.
Oh, hey, look at me getting caught up.
You're in it.
Yeah.
Woo!
Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Welcome to my basement.
Oh, hey. There's a woman that just posted a story on Reddit saying, she goes, man, did I screw up today. Had a very embarrassing moment. She forgot to clean up everything as her boyfriend's mom was coming by. And she left her sex shackles on their coffee table. And the mom's like, what is this all about? She's like, don't worry about it. On the bright side, at least she left her boyfriend's cage. She got that out of the way because they have a cage.
Oh, man.
That would have been really bad. Ryan Castle, he doesn't have a cage, but he does have a flat pack. All right, fine. He has a cage.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
Frank Grillo, the actor, said it was like the most surreal moment of his life. Just, being at Rocky's house, watching a party at Stallone's, and then having him read the Rocky script and then showing him the original script. Frank is like, this is a very, very surreal moment.
And so watching a boxing match with 2 of the greatest boxers of all time, Sugar Ray Leonard and Rocky Balboa.
All right, well, one of them's like real, and the other guy is like, but yes.
One of them ended the Cold War, BJ, let's say.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. You're right.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Usually with my office, we do a flat fee that includes all your court costs, filing fees, credit counseling, credit reports, in one cost. In Chapter 13 cases, that usually starts at about $900. With Chapter 7 cases, the total cost, including all your court costs, attorney fees, is usually about $1,500. We offer payment plans on Chapter 7, so you can start a file with my office for as little as $200. You can send your creditor calls to us. We'll take your creditor calls while you gather up your information and make payments on the rest of the fees. With Chapter 13 cases, we can make payment arrangements in most cases as well and get your case filed even sooner in a Chapter 13 case because of the reorganization aspect to it.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.